Calling to order the March 6th, 2024 Evesham Municipal Utilities Authority meeting. Please read the opening statement.
Both adequate and electronic notice of this meeting pursuant to both the Open Public Meetings Act and Emergency Remote Meeting Protocol advised in Local Finance Notice 2020-21 has been given by the Director of Finance, Deputy Executive Director of the Evesham Municipal Utilities Authority on February 8th, 2024 in the following manner. Email written notice to the Burlington County Times and Courier Post, posting written notice on the official Evesham EMUA website, filing written notice with the clerks of Evesham and Medford. Written notice was posted at the authority's business address located at 100 Sharp Road, Marlton, New Jersey, 08053 on February 8th, 2024. This statement shall be entered into the minutes of this meeting.
Okay, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chris, please call the roll.
Mr. Kipnis,
Here.
Mr. Truss,
Here.
Dr. Hunter, not present. Mr. Sweeney,
Here.
Mr. Schmidt.
Here.
Mr. Tenza,
Present.
Mr. Waters.
Here. Can I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the February 7th, 2024 meeting?
So moved. Second.
Does anyone have any additions, deletions, or changes to the minutes?
Yeah, I said something to Chris on the dates of the AEA conference.
Okay.
Did you get that? I sent it late.
I'm sorry.
In the executive director's section, his report,
Okay.
the dates were not the right dates of the AEA
Oh,
conference.
okay. I'll make sure it gets fixed. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Please call the roll.
Mr. Truss,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
Aye.
Mr. Schmidt. Mr. Tenza,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Public comment, seeing no one here from the public, I'm going to close public comment. Financial resolution 2024-37, payment of bills. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay, does anyone have any questions about the bill list?
Yeah, I do. First of all, I'm really, really pleased with the amount of data that's on there. But by the same token, it spurred some questions that I have then, and they're not for you. They're for the operations team here. Page 5, the Allied Controls, SCADA memory loss. I mean, there was information there. Was there a power loss? Was it a backup generator problem? Just some more information as to.
No, speed is usually when our processing system goes down in the net, not in our network, but in the hard drive's computer.
Okay.
So it's hard for us to get back.
Okay.
It's like it's a proprietary thing,
Mhm.
and not that they got to hold us hostage to make the repairs on that, but it's the quickest and easiest, best way for us to get back online as soon as possible.
Is no backup drive? Can't have a backup drive due
We
to
do.
there?
This is why we're out and previous meetings talking about upgrading the SCADA system at the other two facilities.
Okay.
Which William Simpson alignment.
Thanks a lot. The other one was on page 22, Johnson Controls, the fire suppression system with water in the lines.
Yeah, so the fire suppression system, the water was, as it gets cold, it senses on them lines, there's issues. So if there's ever a fire, if it's frozen, it's not gonna put the fire out.
Right, do
It's
we?
more condensate. You had to open the drip leg on it.
Oh,
and let it-
okay,
yeah.
okay, so we
It's in
ordinarily
the,
don't get
biofuel
water in the
building,
lines.
And it's like a tropical environment. now.
Okay,
So they said this had too much condensation in line, so they drained it, it was fine.
great, thanks a lot.
I had a couple items. I passed it on to Jeff already, pages 30 to 32 in reference to paving. He's gonna get back to me on that.
Yes.
Any other questions? Being none, please call the roll.
Mr. Truss,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
Aye.
Mr. Schmidt.
Aye.
Mr. Tenza,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
I'm going to be voting in favor of every resolution except for purchase order 24-01410 for Florio Ferrucci, as I have an indirect conflict of interest, so I'll be abstaining on that. All right, resolution 2024-38, refunds, credits, and cancellations. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Does anybody have any questions on the refunds, credits, and cancellations?
Yeah, the Wyeth Way address, the $5,000. I didn't quite understand that, if they're wiring the money per month.
She has an automatic wire
Mhm.
and it has accumulated, and I know Chris and her staff have reached out to, as they do to other customers who do something similar.
Okay,
And so she does want the refund for
okay,
that.
okay. So she overpaid.
She, yeah.
Okay.
She overpaid
Thank you.
600 a month.
Yeah.
That's several bills.
Seriously.
Account
for-
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you have anything else? Okay, anybody else? Okay, please call the roll.
Mr. Truss.
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Schmidt. Mr. Tenza,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Resolution 2024-39, award of contract in excess of $6,600 to Rio Supply Company Incorporated in the amount of $15,120 for 3 Neptune 360 transceivers with belt clips. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Jim?
Yes, this is to go with the new updated billing system, and these are transceivers, and then, it's cloud-based management system. And it'll keep all our data in the cloud for water meters and stuff like that, data.
Okay.
It's been in the plan for a little while here.
Yeah, the transceivers, like, do they receive?
No,
Usage
there's a,
information?
yeah, well, they do, yes, but then but the next one down also is gonna be put out to transfer the data back.
And the belt clips, did you like walk near the meters and then it collects?
Yeah, so we have a lot of meters in the area that we manually read as well, and that, this would be a handheld unit as well.
Oh, pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the customers can actually access the database as well, real
Oh,
time.
nice. Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions? Please call the roll.
Mr. Truss,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Schmidt.
Aye.
Mr. Tenza,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Resolution 2024-40, award of contract through North Jersey Wastewater Cooperative Purchasing Programs to Rio Supply Company Incorporated in the amount of $99,750 for R900 gateway installation collectors. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Jim?
Yes, this will be installed, 3 of these units will be installed on each of our towers with the collection of the data on the water meters and sent back. Right now, the company said we may need 10, but they want to go with 3 first. If that works, then we'll be good. But if not, we'll fill in the areas that are weak with other receivers.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for Jim? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Mr. Truss,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Schmidt. Mr. Tenza.
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Resolution 2024-41, resolution accepting proposed price terms from Comcast Business Services for a dedicated services agreement for Ethernet, dedicated internet, business voice edge telephone service, and equipment at 100 Sharp Road and the Elmwood plant for a 5-year term in the amount not to exceed $105,000. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Laura?
Yes, so, Chris Vandenberg actually worked on this contract, and he was looking to upgrade our internet connection to a fiber base, a fiber optic. And that will include, or that'll, increase the speed and have, better connectivity, less outages. And as he was working on that, I became aware that our voice over internet phone service with Nextiva, the contract is expiring this month. So I asked him if maybe we could look into bundling the phone service and the internet. And with bundling this, we'll be saving close to $300 a month
Oh,
over
wow.
what we're currently paying now for internet and
Yeah.
phone. So it's,
Wow.
you know, really and we can lock in for 5 years, so it is really a
Log in, it's the same price for
same
5 years.
price for 5 years.
It's $18,000 over that time. Wow.
Yes, yeah, about 3,500 a year, so.
That was
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions for Laura?
Nice work. Yeah.
Definitely. Question?
And Chris, yeah.
And Chris, Laura and Chris, thank you. Please call the roll.
Mr. Truss,
Aye.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Schmidt. Mr. Tenza,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. All right, executive director's report, Jeff?
All right, since our last board meeting, we've had 3 water main breaks. One of them was repaired by our third-party vendor. The second one was repaired by ourselves and a third-party vendor with collaboration. And the third one was repaired in-house. That was, we had one on North Maple at Spruce, one on T-Berry Court, and one on Jarrett Court. The one that was a collaboration between the EMUA and our third-party vendor. That was ended up being very, very deep next to a foundation where we found out that it really wasn't the responsibility of the authority at that time, so we turned it over to the third-party vendor, and he made contingencies with the housing authority. We've had one discolored water complaint, and that, again, that was brought back to the hot water side, which indicates that it's coming from the hot water heater. We had actually 2 discolored water complaints, I'm sorry. And when we arrived on there, we couldn't really mitigate or see what was going on, so it kind of went away by the time we got there. So we assumed that was probably like a hot water issue or a burp in the line. No odor in the water. That's a good thing. Also very happy to report that our data reports for the new UCMR5 testing for PFAS was collected in February for lithium and all 29 PFAS components. The results all came back as non-detected, so that's a really great thing for us. All our other projects, the headworks at Woodstream and the nitrate removal at Woodstream were all on target and moving along as expected. Wayne can touch on the Elmwood project. Currently, Laura and I are working on a budget. Hopefully, we'll have it all prepared and ready for an approval for April's meeting. And as Lou talked a bit earlier, AEA Spring Conference is next week. And I'm happy that most of our commissioners are going because 5 of our employees are graduating from the academy. That's all that I have.
Okay, does anyone have any questions for Jeff?
Where was that, the graduating from?
Excuse me?
Where are they graduating as?
AEA.
The AEA.
Excellent. Thanks.
Jeff, that break on Maple in Elmwood, we did that in-house,
Maple and Spruce, you mean?
that too.
Maple and Spruce, yeah, no, we had to bring in a lot of traffic control, obviously, for North Maple. So traffic control, the police in the middle of the intersection. There's a real lot of thick concrete there, so we thought it would be best to bring the contractor in, and he did that.
All right, thank you.
With a little bit of help of us, but not as much as us. We were just there for valving and stuff like that, and supplies.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Engineers report, Wayne?
Yes, Southside Water Tank. I tried reaching out to my contact at the developer this month and found out that he's not with them anymore. So, and the phone number that I have been using is not in service. I did a little more investigations and I found out that the Pinelands Commission has actually put this development area on hold. They're doing some other studies about development credits in the whole region that was supposed to be accumulated on this Kettle Run Road site. So everything's kind of on hold and I'm trying to reach out further. I'll update you more as I finally get somebody to talk to there, but we still don't have a piece of property. And until we do, the tank can't be built. Route 70 water main, we're reviewing shop drawings. We expect that to commence probably later this month or the following month. Route 70 sewer main. We just have that one gap, and we're actually reaching out to the contractor who's doing the water main work because they may be able to help us with the pipe bursting that we need done for that one piece of pipe on Route 70. Elmwood Storage Building. I got a motion and a resolution.
All right, motion to approve a proposal from Richard Alimo Associates in the amount of $158,000 for the Elmwood wastewater treatment plant storage building. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Wayne, do you have any further comments?
Well, this project, we had presented a proposal originally only for the design. So now we're coming back and proposing for construction management services. We have bids in hand, everything else is ready to go.
Okay. Yes.
Wayne, do you have the actual proposal with you?
Probably.
Because this is for storage building.
Yeah.
The text in the proposal says that it's the estimated construction cost to install this parallel force main.
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry. Oh, boy.
I thought that was the building
No.
type or something.
No, it's not the building type. It's-
But the number's
should
real
have-
close to what the
it should-
bids were.
Well, that was our estimate.
That was,
before the
okay.
bids came in.
Right, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's only $100,000.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, all clear.
I do
Everything's good?
use old letters to move forward, and I miss that.
Mhm. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Yeah.
Please call the roll.
Dr. Hunter,
Abstain.
Mr. Sweeney,
aye,
Mr. Schmidt.
Aye.
Mr. Tenza,
Aye.
Mr. Waters.
Aye. Motion, resolution 2024-42, award of contract in excess of $44,000 to NACOM Companies Incorporated in the amount of $1,799,292 for the Elmwood wastewater treatment plant storage building. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second. Wayne?
Yeah, so as I said, our estimate was 1.7 million, and this came in a little 1.799 million. So it's close enough to our estimate. This has been bid twice. Each time the price goes up. So I think it's best to move forward with this. We've investigated the contractor. All of their paperwork was in order. And they've done similar projects to this and have good references.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, what was the last lowest bid?
The previous bid,
Yeah,
well, that was at between 1.5 and 1.6 million, but they said they left $100,000 on the table and withdrew their bid.
I see.
Yeah.
What was the next
The
lowest?
next lowest was in the 1.7s.
All right, so we're not at any kind of.
Yeah,
It's interesting in looking at the line items on the bid tab that the real difference between the first and second bidder, or even the third bidder for that matter, was their bond cost was so much lower.
Yeah,
So I mean, either that says that they're a really good contractor and they don't have a problem getting bonds and they get a lower rate, or I don't know.
or they're putting their money on different line items.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hard to say what the cost is. Contractors will weight their line items differently depending on
Okay.
how they want to get paid throughout the course of the job.
As Wayne is saying, a lot of contractors do. I think we discussed this before about how they shift. Sometimes you get a contract and it has 2 or 3 line items on it. It could be $1 million.
Mhm.
That's a quick way to do business, but heaven forsakes, if they do a line item, like just say a fire hydrant, they say, $1,000 per hydrant, and then all of a sudden something comes back to home. hydrants cost a lot more than that.
Mhm.
We're paying $1,000 per
Right,
hydrant
right.
for the contract lineup. So,
Yeah, it really jumped out and hit me, so. Thanks.
Any other questions? Dana,
I,
please
I
call-
have a question. It's Rich.
Oh,
Does
I'm
the,
sorry.
does the subcontractors meet the responsible contractors language? Do you know who's going to be erecting this building?
Yes, this package was very complete. I had a signed form on the affidavit form that the authority wants signed by the general contractor. That was also signed by every subcontractor that's being proposed. And they listed their apprenticeship programs and expiration dates and everything like that on those forms. So yeah, this was a very complete package.
Do you know who it was, Wayne? Who their subcontractor was?
I don't, they have 3 different subcontractors on this, and I don't recall who they are, but I can get you that information.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else? Please call the roll.
Dr. Hunter? Aye. Mr. Sweeney?
Aye.
Mr. Schmidt?
Aye.
Mr. Tenza?
Aye.
Mr. Walker?
Aye.
Okay, well 6 building is finished. The well 6 re-drill, there's still some minor glitches to be worked out by Schulte's on the pump and piping. We're working with them on that to finish. Elmwood UV disinfection, we're still just working with the electrical engineer to try to make sure that the generator on site will be sufficient to power all of the new equipment once this is installed.
That generator, is that gonna be diesel, or is that gonna be propane or natural gas?
You have an existing generator, and we're adding loads and taking away some loads. And we want to be able to use that existing generator. And that's why we're doing a load study on the generator to make sure that that existing generator is sufficient, so we won't have to replace it.
All right, thank you.
The existing one is decent.
Heritage Village Water Main Phase 3. We continue to have problems. I'll discuss that a little more once you introduce the resolution.
Resolution 2024-43, approval of change order number 1 in the amount of $128,603.45 to P&A Construction Incorporated for Heritage Village Phase 3 water main replacement. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Wayne?
This change order basically has 2 major components to it. The first one covers about $92,000 of the change order, and it relates to 2 culverts that need to be crossed under within the streets that the water mains are on. This was missed in the translation from the survey team that went out and bringing it back into our office. It wasn't shown in the profile correctly, so we didn't have bid items for those 2 culverts. And those would have been reflected in a bid cost. We reached out to the contractor for costs on this, didn't like his price, and got him to reduce his equipment cost by 40% because he's already got his equipment on site. So we brought the pricing down to what would have been very close to what the bid pricing would be in doing that. And so it is something that is necessary and should have been on the bid item proposal. And then the other portion of this change order has to do with markouts of existing water mains and services. And what we're finding out is that this is the older portion of Heritage Village, built in the early 1960s, earlier than other portions that we've been constructing new water mains on. And the as-built drawings, they're just not accurate. Drawings that we have put out as system maps after we were involved, probably those system maps were created in the 1980s, but this water main was already 20 some odd years old. And real as-bills weren't submitted back in the day when the authority was in its infancy. So unfortunately, these water mains don't always follow a rational route. They can cross roads all of a sudden, they go around the curve one way and then another. And the contractor is doing their best to follow the markouts and miss the water mains, but then the water main's not where it's marked out and it gets hit, and there's downtime, there's extra excavation and things of that nature.
Jeff, do we have any GIS out there?
We will with the new.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I was
as
gonna-
Wayne had stated, this predates a Limo, the
Yeah.
existing maps that Limo was handed over. So when they did the system design maps, they went off the blueprints that they had from, the original development. And they just don't match up, so, our crews are doing the best we can with what the technology we have, and because it's the AC pipe. It's non-conductive, so the
Cement pipe.
state-of-the-art stuff,
All right.
equipment, just can't find it. So, we're literally using, dividing rods, which do work, but when you have a lot of other utilities in the area, it makes it not as easy.
And the second question, did you have any water breaks out there?
That's,
In the-
these
yeah.
are.
Oh, yeah, we
yeah.
found them.
All right,
Service
that's,
breaks, water main breaks, yeah.
that's, I didn't read it as
Yeah.
a break, because I read something going through these,
Now, normally you can stand on a valve and find the other valve, put a
Yeah.
cone on one and just go right down the line, but I've never seen this. It'll go like this, immediate left, come back right, and then to go to that other valve, come back again.
well, that's,
So it's
I
just
understood
been
that, but
very crazy.
this included the breaks that they were,
Yeah, this does include the breaks,
all right, thank you.
and there'll unfortunately be more for additional change orders.
So I'm not sure if we have pipe that we're putting in that has some kind of a metal.
Tracer.
Yes, tracer wire.
Tracer wire, yeah.
Yes,
10 gauge
yes,
wire.
yep,
10
Yeah, that's
gauge.
required now.
yeah.
It's not required.
Yeah.
Plus, we'll have a better location, we'll have accurate
Accurate,
as-bills
right.
that are
Yeah,
transferred to the authority,
sure,
yes.
yeah.
And keep in mind, this development has been through three contractors, if I recall correctly. And from, original concept and design is vastly changed through its development.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Any other questions? Please call the roll.
Dr. Hunter. Aye. Mr. Sweeney,
Aye, I'm sorry.
Mr. Schmidt.
Aye.
Mr. Tenza,
Aye.
Mr. Water.
Aye.
The streets in Country Farms, I expect the soil borings, in fact, I reached out to them today again, and they promised me the soil boring information by next week, so we can wrap up this design. And it's an LA Farm lift station, that's with our electrical engineer for design, probably another month or so.
Okay. Any final questions for Wayne?
No, thank you, Wayne. Thanks.
General counsel report, Kelly?
Good evening. No, nothing tonight. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Kelly.
Sure.
Public comment, don't see anyone from the public. Want to close public comment, board comments. Rich, you want to lead us off?
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Laura and her team for what they're doing to save the authority money. And, for everyone at the authority for what they do. Good job.
Thank you, Rich.
Thank you.
Mike?
Yeah, I echo Rich's comments, and I want to thank Jordan for sending me the information tonight to join on the Zoom call. Chris, I want to congratulate Chris on the birth of his daughter Violet, and that's just terrific news for our EMUA family. And thank you to all, and thank you to the commissioners tonight for your questions and so forth. Take care.
Thanks, Mike. Lou?
Yeah, I'd like to echo thanks to the entire organization. Jeff, it's really nice to have a short executive director's report. Means everything's really going well. Wayne, I'd like to thank you. As I mouth to you, that picked up on that the mismarking and all that. My my profession was showing through when I read through that, in that, as a contractor, we always love to have the markings on somebody else, because you get exactly what this contractor is getting, you get the change order, so thank you very much for the explanation, that was great. Looking forward to the meeting we're gonna have scheduled shortly for the FY 25 budget, so that on the finance committee with Mike. And again, thank you for your efforts, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Byron?
Yeah, so, yeah, I want to echo the same thing that Mr. Schmidt was talking about Chris's newborn. It's wonderful. I got a chance to visit a couple local plants recently, Maple Shades Water System, and also Merchantville Pensauken Water Company. It's pretty interesting stuff at Merchantville. They have each one has a PFAS plant that they're building. I think they built 2 so far, maybe a third. Pensauken Merchantville, yeah, and fascinating process. They described using hydrogen peroxide and UV filters and GAC, and it's pretty interesting stuff. Anyway, and also look forward to the AA conference next week. There's some good stuff, threats covered by Homeland Security, and there's a PFAS session and disinfectant update.
Thanks, Byron. Crystal?
Yes, first off, congratulations on the extension of your family, Chris. Also, just to the employees, the management, to all the professionals and the board, just thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank you, Crystal.
George.
Ditto. As all, I'd like to thank everybody. I'm looking forward to see the budget for next meeting. Thank you for doing the work on that. I thank everybody. And Chris, congratulations coming to Daddy. I'll have to hit your mom tomorrow and say, hey, Grandma.
Yeah, oh, right.
Again, I thank everyone for what they do.
Great. Jordan, thank you for filling in today. Good job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And whoever bought the microphone from the Frank Sinatra collection.
That was Chris. I saw it on the bill.
I'd also like to congratulate Chris and Wendy Vandenberg on the addition to their family. Appreciate that, and appreciate everybody here. All our professionals doing a wonderful job. Laura and her team, thank you for saving us money. We always love to hear about saving us money, almost as much as when Wayne returns us money. So, and everybody else from our management staff and our supervisors, our employees, you're all doing a fantastic job. And once again, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Chris for keeping me honest, as she always does. And our next meeting is on April 3rd, 2024 at 7 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Yeah.